What would younger you have thought about me?
I would be like, really? Wow. That, like, actually...
Today, I got a very special guest. She is one of the most amazing people that I've ever met. The love of my life, the partner in all my life things, the mother of my 2 children. You know her as Samurai Jenny. I thought it'd be interesting to shine some light on this whole situation through the lens of someone who's 1 degree of separation away. So I asked you guys to ask Jenny absolutely anything about me, YouTube, whatever, and she's gonna answer them. There's no softball questions. Nothing's off limit. Let's see what you came up with. What's the best and worst part of having a musician husband?
The best part, I just like music. And it's kind of nice. Like sometimes, you know, our little boy is going to bed and, you know, he can't really sleep and he can hear you playing downstairs.
Yeah.
And I just say, shh, listen, just listen to the music. And he falls asleep and it's really nice.
I think, yeah.
That's
it's like,
the best part.
There's like creativity that is just like ingrained in the household. Music is always just like floating around, whether even if it's being played or not. Like music is just around. So
yeah, I very much enjoy that part.
Cool. Worst part?
Worst part is the hours. Thinking about it all the time and then also working really late at night.
Yeah, just like
Probably
the fact
hard
that
on you and us.
it's always, we live in gray area. Like I'm always kind of always working. Work is always lingering on my mind, but I can't get any work done during the day when the kids are awake. So I end up starting work when they fall asleep and then I work till however late, which is usually insane time.
But I get it. I mean, I'm a night owl too. I can't do nights because little boys get up way too early.
What's your favorite guitar that I have?
I really like the color. There's that blue. It's like a teal blue. It's like bright. It looks like super retro. That one, I just love the color.
That one there? This one's your favorite?
That one's, I love the color of this one.
It's called like an 80s shredder Strat.
It's pretty cool. That one is the one that stands out in
Cool.
my mind. Yeah, cool.
Good answer. This fellow wants to know, what's your favorite thing that I play or I've written?
I don't know. Probably one of the stupid songs we like, big and fat and full of pasta.
I write a lot of music just hanging around the house, and it mostly reflects our everyday life.
Or like, tummy, 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 tummy time.
Yeah, when our first baby was working on his tummy time, which when you're a baby you're supposed to spend time on your stomach, I wrote a song called Tummy Time about that. Yeah, that's a good one.
I also have an appreciation for the stuff that's written in the courses. Just the little blurbs of things.
Oh, the little jams?
Yeah, just because I sit and
Yeah.
listen to those all the time.
Yeah, Jenny edits the courses. And so, yeah, I know there's times where you're like, oh, this is a cool little part, because you're sitting there listening to that one over and over again.
I always get those little jams in my head.
Am I as lovable as I seem through the screen?
I'll say on the up days, yes. On the down days.
Not so
No,
much.
of course you are.
Well, you got to remember, like, what I put on screen, like, is a reflection of who I am in the real world, but it's one side of it. Like, it's a curated version of who I am. Whereas, like, a conversation like this is going to be much more representative of, like, I think who I am in day-to-day life. Totally. And also, whenever people watch those videos, they're like, oh, he actually smiled. And it's like, no, I do smile quite a lot, but I'm not just going to start smiling like an idiot if I'm talking to a camera. I'm going to take a quick second here to let you know
that there's a limited time sale going on our course platform, samuraiguitartheory.com.
Over there, I've got 5 courses that teach my system for making music. If you've ever wanted to learn why music works the way it does, this is for you.
In the course The Rudiments, you can learn music theory from the ground up, taught with the guitarist in mind.
And from there, Beyond the Basics looks at the intermediate to advanced side of music theory.
The Craft of Soloing teaches how the guitarist can think about musical storytelling instead of just playing notes in their solos.
And in my newest course, The Style of Soloing, we look at the fun stuff, the stuff that you add to a solo to bring it to life, the cherry on the cake, the style, the flavor. All the courses are professionally animated by one of the best in the business, the famed videographer and animator, yours truly, Samurai Jenny, and it's done in a way to make the tough stuff as easy to understand as possible.
For a bit longer, you can get the complete Samurai Guitar Theory experience, all 5 courses for cheaper than they've ever been sold before.
Use promo code SPRING23 when you check out to get those savings. You can find more at samuraiguitartheory.com. I've also put up links in the description. Anyways, let's get back to it. Okay, so here's another question. This one is, any regrets in starting a life together?
No, why would I have regrets?
Oh, you want to know. Are there things we would have done differently?
I don't regret getting together. I think that was great, and I think we're
bodes well for my future.
Yeah, no. I think that, you know, things worked out for us. I think one thing that maybe it's hard having kids with wanting to travel but then wanting to be here with our family. I think is really like, because we want to be here with our family, with our kids, but our careers want to be somewhere else. And I think that's something that's difficult.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the relationship, I don't think there's anything that I would have done differently.
Yeah, I mean, part of me is like, maybe it would have been nice to like lay down roots in somewhere where we really, really wanted to live before we started having kids. We look back and like, that just wasn't possible. There was the pandemic. There was a lot that was going on leading up to that. We're also not super young.
I didn't want to wait to get older to do it.
So a lot of people want to know this one. How did we meet? And what were your general first impressions?
Well, we met. First when we met, I was shooting video of your band at a place called
Country Bar.
Country Bar.
Let's cut to it. Yeah, that footage. Jenny shot it.
Yeah, that's a place called Cowboys. I thought
that's how
it was
we met.
that's how we met. I went behind the scenes with your band, and everybody was just like sitting there all quiet.
Yeah, well, I think what's different is like, it was a business band. Like, these were like session musicians. We're here because we're getting paid, and this whole band is a professional operation.
It was different. Yeah, it was a little bit different, and so I was kind of put off by that, I guess. I don't know.
Do you remember, like, did you have any thoughts about me specifically?
Not specifically.
Time?
It was more the collective.
So my beauty did not entice you, or like you weren't like fixated on the guitar player. Like,
no, I wasn't like, oh, that's the one right there. No, I didn't have that at all.
Oh, okay. My first impressions were, wow, that camera girl is really attractive. I'm kind of dating someone right now. I need to put that feeling away. But that wasn't really like, we kind of met 3 different times and ways. Like, there was the first time where we physically saw each other for the first time, but then I got the footage from you, and then we actually ended up talking for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then that was when, like, for me at least, that seed was put there that maybe there's something there that's more than just me picking
my brain.
Like a year later, I'm out of this whatever relationship, and I was like, been thinking about that Jenny girl for a year. Maybe I'll try to see what I can fandangle here. So I messaged you. I'm like, hey, can I pick your brain about some video stuff? And then you're like, okay. And then we met up for a drink, and I remember exactly what you were wearing. The hearts and the things start flowing above.
That's when I started, and we started really like
it happened quick.
Hanging out a little bit more. At first, I didn't really, I wasn't attracted to you at first. I'll be honest. And then I got to know you, and I got to see who you were, and you really, like, I think fit into what I was looking for.
And now we have 2 kids.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it, guys. What is my guilty pleasure, band or song?
So
guilty pleasure would be like
if
I love the Spice Girls or something.
Oh, okay.
I would say the closest thing would be like Japanese Country Road.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. My favorite moment actually is in your old apartment when you were doing the floss to like Japanese Country
Without
Road.
my shirt on.
Without your shirt on. Oh my god, it was so funny.
That's a glimpse into our life and the stuff that goes on. And that became like a recurring joke that would often come up. Is where I would just randomly put it on, rip my shirt off, and start flossing the Japanese Country Road. Okay, what is something that I do well that we don't know about? I'm also going to flip this over and say, what's something that I do really badly that people don't know about?
You're a very good cook.
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at following a recipe.
Yeah.
And it's got to the point where I've followed enough recipes, I can kind of like freestyle it a little bit. What's something I do poorly?
I'm going to say fixing things, but you are good at fixing things. When you actually do it, you just hate doing it.
Yeah, I hate fixing things, but
I think, but
again,
that's
follow
not
instructions.
Really, that's not really something. Yeah, it's not.
It's not like I'm a handyman.
It's not that you're not a handyman.
No, I wouldn't say I'm a handyman, but there's also like I don't do it badly. Like there's people out there who like,
you don't
think
do it
they
terribly.
are, and then you go look at the job they did, and you're like, oh, this is a disaster. Like if I do something, I do it properly. I just hate doing it. I prefer not to.
And you're often grumpy after you fix something.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it puts me in a very bad mood. Do you ever get sick of all the guitars and gear all around the house?
No, it's not really around the house. It's kind of just in one place. But even if it was around the house, I wouldn't hate it. I like it. I like being around it.
None of the guitars outside of this room are even mine. Those are your guitars.
They are my guitars, yeah.
Yeah, so how do I feel about all your guitars spilling out of the house? What is my most annoying habit?
When you clean things, you always leave the things that you use to clean a thing out somewhere.
I'm going to make a note to put my cleaning supplies away. Glad we had this talk.
What's my most annoying habit? Be honest. You can be honest. Do I have a few? Oh, I know. I know one.
I think I know too.
Yeah.
Should we say it on 3?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Hairballs.
Hairballs in the shower. This guy basically wants to know, do I ask you before I buy guitars or anything like that?
No, why? Why would you have to?
I think most people would ask their partners, like, can I go spend all this money on guitars? But like, I never have asked you, I don't think.
No, I don't think you need to. I mean, this is your job.
Yeah.
Right? And you need the tools, and I mean, you have a lot of tools. I also appreciate it too. Like, I think it's cool. Like, it's exciting when you get new guitars. Mm-hmm. I know you make the right decisions, and like, hey,
there's a trust there. And I've also I don't have a history of like making really terrible financial decisions.
No.
A couple people want to know about my hair care routine.
He puts it in a ponytail on his head, and leans over the sink, and I take scissors and go like this.
Yeah, that's how I get my hair cut.
And that's how.
That's the only way I've had my hair cut for the last however many years. Yeah, this is my haircut.
His hair is like this. It's like this thick around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we always go through it. Well, at least I always go through it after it's all been cut off, and I'm like, hey, it looks like a little dog. I use conditioner daily. I shampoo maybe once a week, and then yeah, that's really it. Do I write songs about you?
Yes. I haven't heard it for a while.
Should I play it for them?
Lovely Jenny.
Yeah, okay. Lovely Jenny, she's a treat to be around. She's worth every penny when I take her out on the town. That's it. This user would like to know, am I as patient as I seem?
Yes.
You think I'm patient?
I think it depends on what it is. You're quite calm and composed a lot of times.
Yeah, I don't suffer fools though.
You don't like lose your shit.
No, like
you don't do. You're not that type. You really just like.
There's been times.
It's either like, okay, I don't have time for you, or it's like, okay, let's deal with this.
Do I like pineapple on my pizza?
I mean, you don't hate it, but
yeah, wouldn't be my first choice.
You would eat it, but you wouldn't choose to. Yeah.
Do I Dutch oven you?
I've never been Dutch oven.
For people who don't know, that's when you fart underneath the sheets and like hold it over top of someone's head.
I barely hear you fart, actually. You're not really a farter.
I feel everybody farts. I feel like I don't take a lot of pride or joy in my farts, and so it's just, it's a thing that is just
I've maybe heard you fart like once or twice in your sleep.
Okay, I'll tell you a little secret.
Uh-oh.
Like, when I'm in the bath with our 3-year-old, he thinks it's hilarious if there's a fart in the bath.
Oh,
so sometimes like
so you fart with him in the bath.
I'm not gonna be sitting there trying to force them out, but if there is one, I might be less inclined to hide it because he thinks it's really quite funny. I just sit there and he goes, "Dead tooted." He laughs. Do I actually impress you with the guitar? Like, what do you think of my guitar playing at this point?
Oh, I think it's awesome.
But you find it still impressive? It's not just like whatever?
Well, yeah, I'm impressed by it. I think it is normal now.
What about early on?
Early on,
were you like, wow?
Oh my God, Sammy G, woo! Do you want to be my lover? No, I wasn't like that.
They've already heard about how you weren't impressed by me. What would make you break up with me? There's a break-up clause that we have.
Is it 4 things?
I can't remember. Let's see if we can remember them.
A mullet, pleather overalls.
What if I just bought them and started wearing them? If you ever saw me in pleather overalls, I'm done.
What else? What's the third one?
If I ever started competitive eating.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a no-go. No competitive eating.
Oh, it's too bad. It's too bad. That's where my true talents actually lie. What relationship advice would you give to someone who's going to be dating a musician or a guitarist or a YouTuber?
Allow for the ups and downs.
I was thinking something like that,
yeah,
too.
Creativity is hard work. It's not easy, and it's a constant thing. It's not like, 9 to 5, you can shut it off. And so you have to be, like, you just have to give space for it.
I think the thing that I really appreciate and the thing that really helps me is, like, knowing ups or downs, like, there's a steadiness that comes from you. And so that helps me kind of stay adjusted up or down. So yeah.
It's a different lifestyle, that's for sure. You can't just talk to everybody about what we do because it it's hard to relate to what we do because it's very different.
What would younger you, so I'm talking about like maybe 16 to 20, what would younger you have thought about me?
I would be like, really? Wow. That like, actually, that's it? That's it?
That's
it. I think I surprised myself with who I settled down with. I was going on a path that wasn't the right, like, that I don't think was the right direction, and I did some self-work. And then I discovered the type of person that I actually wanted to be with, which was you, and
you wouldn't have known
ended
that
up with you. And when I was 16, I wouldn't have known that.
Like if I had shown 16-year-old me you, he would have been like, oh my god, yeah, that's amazing. But that same could have been said about, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is I could have shown a ton of people to 16-year-old me and been super pumped. Less people to 21-year-old me would make me super pumped. Less people to 25-year-old me to make me super pumped. Very few people to 29-year-old me to make me super pumped, which is when we met. So, like, you narrow down your vision.
Narrow.
Yeah.
See, and my train was a little bit different because I was like, this is the kind of person that I go for. Do. And then I started working on myself, and then I was like, wow, I don't want that person at all. I want this kind of person. And you ended up being that person. Yeah.
Here I am.
That's...
And now we have two little babies together. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Those are the questions that you had about me answered via Jenny. The biggest of thanks for coming on the show that we both work on. Show her some love in the chat. And Jenny, do you want to tell the good people of YouTube where they can follow you?
Nowhere.
She's not a big fan of social media. And do you want to do the course plug, the outro ad here?
Sure.
Okay, so what are we selling?
Samurai Guitar Theory.
Yes, you can get the complete Samurai Guitar Theory experience. That's all 5 of my courses bundled together, and you can find that at
SamuraiGuitarTheory.com.
Yeah, and the promo code to get them cheaper than we've ever sold them before is Spring23. It's available for
2 more weeks.
Yeah, I think it's 2 more weeks. It's a limited time. It's not much longer, so get them while the getting's good. Links in the description.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, check out the merch, and check out the course.
Shop SamuraiGuitarist.com for the merch.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, yeah.
Look after yourselves. Look after each other. Look after the planet. I'm Samurai Guitarist. This is Samurai Jenny. And we'll see you again soon. Mwah! Oh, you have something in your teeth.
Shut up.
You have a huge thing in your teeth.